Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. I got the lead wire in, and I'll tell you what size it is. It is 0.015, and I think I'm gonna try to make another bluegill killer. Found the pattern on fat-fingered fly tire. Keep them in bags so that the loose wire doesn't start pulling on the other threads. Went ahead and threw all my threads in an old takeout container. Keep them from getting dusty, as well as I'm going to be using the thread stands to hold the phones. They all are in the thread stands. My eyes look dead inside. But anywho, that's okay. Hope everyone that sees this has a beautiful day. So this is quite small. I'm not sure how much weight this is gonna add. However, gonna give it a go. I've never used lead wire before, so I'm not exactly sure how to apply it. But I'm thinking, do you do this before the thread? Let me think about this for a second. Let's see, if I do that before the thread, will I be able to put the thread on it? Maybe here. I should have got another roll of the black because I think I'm gonna be using this quite extensively. However, it's god awful. I was thinking about maybe trying to bend this a little bit. However, it's the only one I have currently, so I'm gonna just try it again and maybe manually let out more thread. It's just a little too tight, and this thread is not very good. But and get my little hook. Gonna try to make another bluegill killer with the weighted to see how that does, and then go ahead and make some surf candy. However, which I probably actually should focus on surf candy because I think I'm gonna be hitting the coast this weekend. Alright, make sure it's all. Oh, hello Versailles. Hello Tatuan. Bonjour. God, so out of it today too. Can't seem to catch a wave of energy. So how would I add the, alright, so I'm just gonna go all the way down. I got this lead wire and it should help the lures get deeper. However, I don't really know what I'm doing too much. So I think I got some wire that might be a little too thin. Maybe for even smaller than this flies, but I'm gonna give it a go. See if it helps at all. I just don't know when I should add it. Because, let's see. Like if I should add it before the legs. I'm gonna be running out of red and black legs. That's okay. These are really easy to come by. Whew, yeah, so out of it today. I can't put my finger on it. Yesterday and the day before. But I was able to blame pasta on the other yesterday. Which managed to get through most of it. Minimal waste there. And no onions, so the dogs were able to get that on there. Making another bluegill killer. And just not sure when to add the, or maybe I should try a different pattern. Try to keep it aside. I also tried to play a few games. Finally the update's done. Oh my god, I lost it. I haven't been able to hit anything, and I think I might be having to call it quits a little bit. it does take a lot of time, and time is pretty dang finite. So try to get that nice and smooth. Let me get this down here. And then let me put my phone on. I should do that now. Yeah, so trying to stay away from the monster. And, hello, Danielle. Oops. Hearing your own voice is something. Green tea. Pops is doing good. Resting still. I actually haven't heard from them yet today, so I'm sure they're catching up on sleep. At least that's what I like to think. Hopefully nothing's going on. My dad keeps suffering a secret, and haven't heard much today. But their phone is also pretty useless. When I'm there, my phone doesn't work at all. Not even YouTube or Facebook. A few times I tried to stream, it was completely glitched out, which I still don't understand fully why that could be. It's just on that block. I'm dead set on someone having a jammer. Only because they're so easy to come by. I don't think it's that far-fetched. So making the X. Making my way downtown. Oops. I went over there. Okay, I go over here. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I do go a little overboard with the caffeine, but there's a life to live and a lot of things to tinker with. Made more eggs with butter. I still can't get over that. Whoa, my eyes are so faded out today. Yeah, yesterday, went on a walk with the dogs and a plane was super low flying. It was a mosquito plane. I haven't seen one yet in person. And God, I thought the thing was coming down. And it was wild, but huge plumes of smoke coming from the back of it. Which I did keep seeing people talking about the mosquito spraying. Don't know why. I think it's because I've always heard stories of the mosquito smoke vans. And I assumed it was like that. That is a proper crop duster. Oh shoot, I already forgot. Oh, okay, so you know what? I think I have a plan. I'm gonna go to the front. This time I want to have my hook angled a little bit more so I don't keep sliding off of it. Alright, all the way to the front. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. I'm just gonna cut a piece off and go for it. And it's very soft. It's straight lead. It didn't even make a sound. Oh man, my eyes look tired. Try not to look too hard at the camera. Alright, so this wire is lead, and its purpose is to add some weight to get a little deeper. And perhaps it'll help it swim a little better. Alright, it's not too thin. I was thinking maybe, I guess. And then I could wrap the chenille over this, so I don't have to worry. So, oh, I already forgot. I'm gonna have to do hackle on this. Oh god, I'm not very good at that yet. Let's see. Very close. Okay, my wraps could use some work also. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Shoot, but how am I gonna, okay, so I could tuck this side. Tuck that. Just like in the videos. And helicopter the excess free. Yeah, that was easy, just like in the, alright, cool. And this side, same, oh shoot, but how am I gonna tuck it? I guess it's okay. This one will be one that I use out there. An example, experiment. This chenille is super soft, really nice. Not exactly sure what this kind is called, where it's like furry. Get that up there. Do a little trade-off. Bam. Oh, slipping. Okay. Oh, this is nerve-wracking sometimes. Thought this was supposed to be relaxing. Okay, now I'm gonna go tack it. Alright, now for the currently very difficult part for me to execute. The hackle. That already looks a lot better than the last two. Hello, Rodrigo. Hello, Woofy Wolf Man. Yeah, I was thinking maybe putting a rubber band or something in there, or even a little bit of hot glue to help keep it, because I don't really take it down. If you have any advice, please do feel free, because I am a fish out of water, and I look around and I'll land on one, but then I'll read the reviews and then they seem to be useless and they're quite pricey. So I've been really trying to pay attention to which is which, and which is worth it and which ones to stay far from. This is not gonna be pretty. This is time for hackle. I do have some duck quills. I've been watching a lot of videos on the, Anne recommended the kingfisher, and it turns out it's a type of fly referred to as butchers, and God, they're like 200 years old, the pattern. And I guess a butcher favored them, and they used to be called moons, or Mr. Moons, or something like that. But then as an ode to the butcher, they started referring him to as butchers. There's the bloody butcher, maybe, the kingfisher, and the ooh, Tampa's Gasparilla weekends. I love Tampa. That's where the Mason Lodge is, the Masonic Mason Lodge, or Masonry Mason Lodge. It's brick. It's a brick building. I thought it was really clever. Cocktaila! NQ Coo. Howdy do. Southeast Florida. Let's see. If I may. Oh! Last time I made one of these, I had it at an angle, and for the life of me, I don't know why I keep doing that. But it was an absolute nightmare. And I feel like I learned a little bit of a lesson there. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice still. I might have to stand up. That seemed to oh, there was the whole rack. I think I'm gonna stick with those midnight blue feathers. Very, very affordable feathers, and I feel like these are probably the best ones to use for practicing. And it came with every color. I did get individual things of white, just waiting on some white bucktail. And I think I found some locally, however, I haven't gotten any responses. And I have a tail, I'm not sure of what, but I found some proper bucktails that is, when I get that I could focus more on the deceivers, because that's the pattern I really want to learn. Alright, is that too much? Because if that bristle's quite thick, and maybe I'll take some off. But Lefty said to leave some of the feathery bits, or the bristles, these, which I used to pride myself on how close I could cut them. However, that is not strategic, because then it has nothing to grab onto. I'm gonna try this again. Oh, I feel like it's already a lot easier. I don't know why I can't just leave that, but I just think I gotta cut that part. Because the pokey part, I end up getting it trapped. Oh, yeah, yes. Right this time. And I'm not sure if it's strategic to go the opposite of your bobbin. That's what I've been doing currently, but please do feel free to correct any behavior you see here, because I am actively learning. And so I'm gonna trade. Oh god, Jesus. Right, I only get a few attempts at this before the feather starts to break. I just don't understand how people get it so beautiful and seemingly effortless. I do understand practice and, you know, roughing it through this part of learning. Alright. Okay, so maybe if I put that hook up a little bit more. Please don't fall. Alright. Does that look... God, I wish I could get one more wrap, I think. I'm not sure. Let me look. Okay. Ooh. Okay. No. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm way too far down. I don't have any room. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time. Just get that first wrap farther back. Please. Excuse the fear in my eyes, because it is surely there. Alright, I traded. I just want... Should I try? I saw someone using a straw to push the feathers back. Oh, I've never been this scared before. Kind of might have to grab a straw, just at least to try. Get those back. No, you gotta go back. Oh god, it slipped a little bit. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, well at least I got it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh god. It didn't fall off. It didn't fall off. So there's progress occurring currently, I believe, maybe. just a little bit more. God, I gotta look up what Palmer means again because I feel like I understand and then I don't. I lose the sensation of understanding. I think it's called a nail nut. I've been calling it my trust issues nut because I mean, it's a little better. I still have that bald spot. I still have the bald spot on my side. Gotta get one of those fancy gyroscopic. I have a bad habit of being convinced that a new product will solve every issue I'm having, and right now that's a gyroscopic vice. Alright, let me sit down for a second. Cockatilla! Shoot. Y'all's alphabet is gorgeous. The Cyrillic alphabet is gorgeous. When I was a kid, I had a fear that people would go through my journals, and which I still have a bunch of them. So I'd write all the passages in Cyrillic. It was still in English, but it would be in the Cyrillic alphabet. My cousin and I used to text in Morse code also. God, I really gotta grab the iPad. Thank you for that, Woofy, because that was a huge issue I kept facing, and for some reason I kept putting the hook down and wondering why my bobbin kept slipping off of it. Hell yeah, if you're safe. As they say, get it. I don't know who says that, but I'm sure they do. So making another bluegill killer, however, got some lead wire in, and this is Hairline. They seem to have a pretty expansive, I'm not too familiar with the brand yet, but boy, them and I think Whites have been filling every boxes with like stuff that I could trust, because some of the stuff like the EP fiber, I don't know how useful it is. Now that I've gotten slightly past the basics, look at this stuff. It feels just like doll hair, like Barbie hair. I was gonna try to make a surf candy today too, because I also got the mono thread. I'm not sure if this is like a good size or not, but it's so thin. It's 0.004. This and the lead probably I'll start acquiring in different sizes also, because I feel like these two are going to be super useful. And also bonus points I can use this for beading. But the lead wire I'm most excited for is a lot of the wet flies. I don't have a fly rod and reel, and I probably won't for a while. And even if I did, I gotta learn how to use the thing. And whoa, I still don't get a few things. There's a few things that I just don't understand. The physics, and like, you'll see someone fishing or hook a fish and there's all this loose thread or line. How? What does that mean? Do you pull on that? Do you pull on the thread? And the little reel is just kind of I don't know. It's magical. It really, every time I watch someone, I'm just like, how? And it's so calculated, and like, I wouldn't call it effortless, because that's all I could see is like all these different efforts taking place in different ways. But a lot of respect, I guess that's all I could say. I'm gonna pull these out while I remember. I'm gonna use this for surf candy. I made a little candy stick. That thing doesn't move at all. At all. And like, here, I'll show you. It doesn't move at all. I took it in the water I was swimming with it actually, which was nerve-wracking. But it doesn't move at all. Like this, it has zero movement. It's just like rigid doll hair. And this is my first attempt at a lefty's candy stick. However, it just doesn't move at all. Maybe the taper is off. I mean, the taper is off. But this material is just very... However, the larger ones, I haven't seen it move, but I feel like it's got no choice but to move. There's so much length to it. I don't know. I don't know how different this stuff is to fish hair or fish hair. I keep seeing in patterns. Might try to make it to Boynton or Boca. To be honest, I probably won't be able to afford munch in the store, but I'll be able to see the stuff in person. Old Florida Fly Shop, Gucci, and but really good quality, and it'll be nice to see and feel the materials in person. And all the tackle shops that I know of locally, I never see any form of flies, or certainly not materials. Every now and then I'll see skirts, like a pack of skirts for teasers and that kind of thing, but mostly saltwater, but no fly tying stuff. So I think it's time for whip finish. For some reason this bobbin is working today. For some reason I've just been using the stuff that came in a fly tying material kit from Amazon, so it's not the best quality thread. Everything else was ideal, perfect, but the thread I think was a little bit of a filler, and damn it, got one in there. I'm gonna do resin. Ooh, that scares the crap out of me. Oh god. It's just it breaks so easily, and that's why these are for experimenting. And I think I'm gonna stick with the UV resin on this one, and it's so small, and I'm just gonna be using this in a lake just as an experiment. I need to get a scale also. I'm sure one of the gas stations sell them, because it'd be nice to be able to weigh these and weigh the difference on smaller flies with, oh no, shite, with and without the lead. Damn, did I get a little hackle in there? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I don't want a bump on it. Gotta make it pretty. So my dad always said. You can see him scraping the ground. He does irrigation. Well, did irrigation my whole life. I think since he was like 14 or something. But after he installs a irrigation system, he'll have to put all the dirt back, and you'll just see him scraping the ground, just saying, you gotta make it pretty. And those are words to live by, honestly. I am a little traumatized, though, the sound of shovel on concrete or sidewalks, asphalt. Oh, I can still hear it. I used to have to do all my homework to the sound of shovel scraping. And to this day, I avoid it like the plague. I'll use a broom before I try to use a shovel. Oh, I didn't clear the hole. I didn't clear the hole. But you know what? I got sewing needles and I got a lighter, so I'll just do it like that. I really like these bluegill killers. I've been calling them bluegillers so it doesn't sound too cruel. But, you know, just on, like when I'm posting on Facebook, because got, you know. But hey! That's much better. That is progress. Not much, but it's definitely progress. See how it's around it? Not bad. The other ones were rotten. Fly fishing, figure of 8, retrieve. Short and long pulls of the line. Once you dig a hole, never. No, 100%. It's so compressed down there, and you fluff it up good. You just have to find empty pots and other spots to fill in holes. Even putting a plant in it, it doesn't seem like enough. I wonder how you would like the fly fishing here, because the coast is endless and the water's warm, so you're able to really be in the water, and no waders needed, and bonus points for really nice seashells, but also there's the wetlands. There's actually a place down in the Everglades I've always wanted to check out. It's called Flamingo. I think the town is called Flamingo. And when you see drone footage of the Everglades, that one random road, that takes you to Flamingo. And I think there's even like an abandoned little town out there. And the Everglades, it's so expansive. Yeah, no, fishing here is ridiculous. I grew up saltwater fishing. However, trying to get more familiar with freshwater fishing, there's so much. And, yeah. No, Florida is a good spot. It's a shame that, anywhere on the coast is so freaking impossible. Riviera is a good spot. It's, right near the Port of Palm Beach, Palm Beach County. But there's so many spots in Florida, and every day I learn of a new beach. Every day I hear a new town I've never heard of, and I know it's a big state. And the variety. I call this the menu. I haven't showed it in a while, but it's not even everything. I just grabbed this from Tuppence. Nice little study guide. Tons of different types of snapper. And your permit, pompano, those are always really fun. There's bonefish up here. And here's our trout. And we got some speckled ones. I'm not sure what a weak fish is, I'll be real. And then for your pelagics, the marlins. I just really want to see one swim, honestly. Honestly, don't know what I would do if I hooked one of those. Scream a little bit. They got swords! And where's the hogfish? Yeah, hogfish. They got the craziest mouths, but they're really beautiful. I always see them depicted so like this, so goofy looking. However, in person, they're one of the most beautiful, kind of like 1930s Disney, how all the creatures were like pretty. But I could try to find one of my pictures. And oh my god, they're so delicate and really beautiful. Hogfish. And I've never seen one look the same. They're always wildly different. Oh, my phone's not gonna know what a hogfish is. I looked at, oh, nice. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I saved them. Took this fish not too long ago. Took this picture. It's really nice. And this is in like 15 feet of water. You could see a lot down there. And here. Well, here's a parrotfish, and the small fish under it, that's the hogfish, and that's a parrotfish. They poop sand, and that's under the east side of the bridge. I took quite a few pictures of these two, and they were just eating. Let's see. Is there a way I could go to the day? July 20. Oh, it was already so long. It was in July when I saw those two. But really, really, the vibrancy is just from another world. I found someone discarded a barracuda head. Huge! It was huge. It was the first time I got to see one in person like that. And they have the little baby teeth that are like little saw blades. Then they're big ones, but I did not know that there is also these tiny little blades or teeth. They're sharps. Sharp. And here's a picture of me holding it for size. And it's just like that. I regret not taking it because that would have been a really good fertilizer for the plants, but that would have left behind a wicked skull. And here's one of the hogfish. Insanely beautiful. And they just sit there snacking away on these pillars, and usually I just see one of them. So I personally would release it only because they're really good eating. So no judgment for eating hogfish. However, I think I'd release it just so I could swim with it the next day. They're some of my favorite. I mean, a lot of the fish are edible. A lot of preferences come to play anyways. And I took this cool picture of code under there. Under the small bridge, it gets quite deep, and boats are allowed to go through so you gotta be a little careful. However, it's worth it. It's free parking, and for some reason somebody threw away all these, I don't know if they're vermilion snappers, but someone had like 4 of them and they just threw them in the water. They were just floating all over the place. That sucked. But was able to use 1 or 2 ones that were cut open as bait. I didn't bring any bait with me. Hence why I really want to learn this. Because sometimes I just don't have bait. Or sometimes I'll be swimming for hours, and by that time, wherever the bait is, it's getting all, like, the squid gets real gnarly. But it's still really easy to work with. I prefer squid because it doesn't fall off the hook like everything else seems to want to. Which, I know they have that thread or the floss to keep your bait on the line. However, I'm bringing this next time. I'm gonna tie the shrimp onto the hooks with this, and maybe it'll stay a little better, and added flash. I really want to catch a barracuda, baby one. Because you can't eat them or it's not recommended eating after a certain age, but said to be real good. And next time I catch a needlefish, I'm keeping it too, because people cannot stand them. It breaks my soul really a little bit because, you know, I can't just leave them all dead laying around either. And you tend to see a lot of them lying around. But they get pretty big, and they're feisty, they're fun to catch, not fun to get the hook out, but that's why I got the hemostats. And have a really good eating apparently. And so the reason I love fishing on piers because there's always people to ask questions to. There's always people down to show you what they're caught or they're catching. Like last time, caught a white grunt or white margate and Schoolmaster Snapper, which was really good. It was really good. It was small, but it was really good. Sweet, nutty flavor. It was incredible. And they go for anything, seemingly. If you go under the bridge, stick by the pillars, that's where they all are. And yeah, you could eat the barracudas. Now that size, I don't think many people would eat, but the small ones, oh yeah. And everybody I've ever asked really, really likes them. And you'll see a lot of people fishing for them. Bonefish, yep. I'm fixing to make some bonefish flies. I have the weighted wire, and I have larger bead chain I found. But I think in the next few days, I'm going to try to get the lead weights, because that is something that I really think that would be wise to focus on, and really good to get on the coast. Yeah, the size of the teeth on it, immense. And needlefish apparently are good to eat. I haven't tried one yet. However, saw a guy's cooler, which he already processed all of his fish and everything. It was all in an ice bath, and a lot of meat on them. A lot of meat on them. I'd venture to say even just fried, real good. I mean, if it doesn't taste too good, that's what sauce is for. Get this omega-3, some fatty acids, I think. Yeah. I forgot what fatty acids are. I'll be totally real. I did. But yeah, there's a lot of really good eating. Like, there's this one reef fish called a blue striped grunt, and Co caught one. I just happened to look it up. People eat them, so down to try anything twice. I mean, once, well, twice, honestly, because you never know. The first time might have been a fluke. Like, I could count a bunch of examples where I absolutely did not like something the first time, and food wise. But the blue stripe grunt was really good, and one had a little bit of a fishy undertaste, and I wish maybe cook them all separately. I mean, cooked them separately, just as salt and pepper, just taste the fish. There's small reef fish, so really just like 2 fish sticks each, and one had a little bit of a fishy undertaste. Not bad or anything. I still can't get over ladyfish. Not a lot of people around me eat ladyfish. However, confusing as hell to catch. It feels like they just stop, and it constantly feels like they slipped off the hook, but they don't. And hi Spencer, happy Friday indeed. Stoked. Got the lead wire in, and when this is cured, I'm gonna see if I could feel a weight difference at least. And but the ladyfish, you don't try it. I mean, my dad did fillet one side pretty successfully. However, you can use a spoon, and you don't get any. There's tons of bones, but you don't get any of that, and it turns into the perfect fish paste. You just drag a spoon along it, and the spoon fills up with perfect fish paste, just like you ground it on purpose. And put that aside. Keep it, they form really easy. Just some breadcrumbs, an egg, and some seasoning. Made really good little like not tater tots, but like fish balls. And make fish balls for fish soup, all kinds of stuff. It had no smell, hardly any taste. All you taste was like whatever it was seasoned with, but the smell, zero. Snapper had a little bit of a, sea smell, but not fishy, nothing like that. But the ladyfish did not smell like anything. Still astounded by that. And definitely will be keeping the real stew. And it was big. It was just at the time we were about to give up for the day. But that was so. Uh-oh. Yeah, for real. No, I get really hungry talking about this stuff. I think the internet might be cutting out. Let's see. Might have to restart the stream. Oh, maybe not. My bags came back. It gets a little blurry, and usually that happens when the internet's cutting out. It is the swamp. Like, if I walked outside, it would be glitch shitty. I wouldn't be able to see or hear anything. But I think this is done. Maybe I'll cure it on its back. And that's it. The bluegill killer. And this pattern is from, I'm not sure who created it, however I got it from Fat Fingered Fish Tire, which probably going to be sticking to that in Lefty's books because the directions are so clear and I'm really still in learning mode. But see, I got a little bald spot. I'm sure I could pick it a little bit to even it out. The hackling is night and day difference. It's getting a little better. And it's not the heaviest thing. When that chenille's wet, maybe. Where did I put the okay. Made 2 last night. Oh, I wish I knew someone with a scale, because the hackling is night and day difference. Might have to grab a white piece of paper. But there's that. And then this is the one from right now. A lot better, at least. A lot more covered. I'm not sure if it's sticking out too much or if it should have been back a little bit more. How am I going to tell them apart? Oh yeah. A lot of weight difference. Good. Well, let me try this one. This one has more chenille on it. I definitely feel difference. Nice. Because right now I just have a spinning reel. I don't know how I'm going to tell the difference. Well, the one with the better hackle is the one with the weights. Slowly filling her out. I just have a spinning reel, but it's relatively light. It's not like a super light setup. I mean, I think it is, but saltwater's got a little bit bigger fish, so they usually have bigger. But this is 8 pounds test, but I use 17-pound leader, but the leader is the same diameter, feels like the same diameter as this, and like it's way thinner than the 15-pound test line. I'm not sure what kind of leader it is. I got it at yard sale to use for crafts long ago. I seem to have lost it also. Oh shoot. I thought I pulled it out. I pulled it out. It's like gold in color. Oh, I gotta remember to use these instead. These won't melt. They're just some gloves. They came free with a fillet knife, but the gloves that I usually use melted. I hesitate a little bit before grabbing the fish, so I just wear gloves. I'll be real with that. A lot of the fish are very sharp, and caught a scorpion fish. Had no idea how to hold it, but I got it back in the water. And the little fish in the canals, very spiky. They all look like they're going through a phase. Scanning my environment for. I'm gonna need it. Nope. Oh, I don't know where that would have gone. I just rolled over my own foot. It's just a spool. I don't know. It's really thin, but really strong. What the hell? It's gonna drive me nuts. I think I pulled it out of the bag already. I'm not too sure. So, this is apparently 17 point... Maybe I'm just reading this wrong. It says 17,40 under pounds. Is that the price? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But, yeah, I'm not sure, but this would have been using on the light thing, and I just pulled it out of my craft supplies. Because what I use for leader is over there. Just regular spools. Just really cheap, like, this is 15 pound, and it's quite thicker than this. But I think this will be good for, like, glass minnows and that kind of thing. And leader, gotta get some more of it. I'm not exactly sure. If anybody knows. Yeah, gloves. And if I do forget gloves, I'll use a towel. I always have a towel. And hello, David T. Yeah, no. And we got a catfish called the gaff top sail, and it's got venomous barbs. Yeah, the hackle did greatly improve. I gotta finally just sit down long enough. I was watching, okay, the butcher fly, holy trucks. I'm glad I didn't forget to look that up, because sometimes I do. And, I think I'll actually be able to use these feathers, at least for practice ones. I know I learned that the kingfisher it might be called the kingfisher because of the tail being kingfisher blue, and the wings are mallard feathers, and hard time finding those, but I'm gonna take my time, because a lot of the ones that I find, and I find reviews for it, the blue is minimal and like big old feathers, but they're coming to people's door like this big with hardly any blue on it, and that blue is really important. And got pretty much everything else, and orange hen hackle, but holy crap, so it's like a 200-year-old fly, and they call them butchers because a butcher favored them, and I think they were called like Mr. Moons or something before that. Do I have a beard? Do I have oh. No, have a braid? Hold the first blue up again. So it's this stuff. I haven't tried braided fishing line yet. Did use it for some craft purposes. I dug it out of the, you know those PVC pipes they have on fishing piers? I got a lot of stuff out of those. Like, I can't walk by a swivel clit or like a swivel or like a non-corroded swivel, and leave it. And a lot of the line I'll grab too for crustacean eyes and necklaces. Last time I was there, made a full necklace with eroded shells with some braided line that I found, just one of those things. Really strong. I almost got it for the catfish pole, however I wasn't sure if it was a good match. I just went with what I knew. But really curious about braided line. You could fit so much more on the spool. It's incredible. That is this stuff. Platinum Royal. Laser. Yeah, I'm still trying to find this book. Or PDF. PDF would be a lot better, honestly. And, because I could save it on every device. And it's a book called Fly Patterns and Their Origins. God, every now and then there'll be one for under 20 bucks on eBay, however it goes quick. But that would be really interesting. And, or any websites that been bouncing around quite a few. But the Kingfisher, and I keep meaning to look up the historical fly patterns because some of them were used for hundreds of years without much deviation, and I think that would be ideal to learn from, because it does get a little overwhelming, the amount of patterns out there. And like, I was like, well, shoot, I'll be simple for my area, I'll try shrimp. Holy, so many shrimp patterns, gorgeous patterns. And scrags, I don't know what they would be called, but like how bonefish flies kind of look like a shrimp, but not quite. And like they don't know what they're supposed to signify, so I've just been calling them scrags. And I don't know why, but this is the Kingfisher fly that Ian recommended as gorgeous. That is the mallard feather, Kingfisher blue tail, silver or gold wrapped body. I forgot a little bit. And orange hen hackle. Incredible. Been used for hundreds of years. And they call them butchers because a butcher favored them, and as an ode to them, they started referring to them as butchers. And there's more, but there's an Alexandria butcher. Alexandria butcher. Oops. Just got a butcher fly and a bloody something. Let me put pattern. Oh, Jesus. Why would it autocorrect Alexandria to Alex Dang KY? I see that a lot on, and I guess I don't know if it's, okay, it is Alexandria. There's a bunch of different butcher flies. Here's the bloody butcher, and I think I might have everything to make this. And the Alexandria has peacock curl. Really nice. I don't know how they were able to achieve that, like, really almost wildly furled peacock feather. I found yet another channel that's been really nice to watch, and I don't want to mess up the name, so I'm gonna look it up. I think it was Dave. I want to say Davey, yeah, Davey McPhail. And that's how I was able to find the recipe for the Kingfisher fly, which is size 10 wet hook, black thread, goose shoulder dyed Kingfisher blue, rib, fine gold wire, body, gold mylar tinsel, hackle dyed hot orange hen, wing, mallard blue quills, which are really affordable. I just gotta find the one listing that has good reviews. Oh, there's more. So the kingfisher part must be the interesting kingfisher. Yeah, they go there's so many different directions. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even see that one when I was looking at it. It was a really good what's that called? Like a entrance point to discovering all kinds of different flies. I think I have those I think that tail's golden pheasant, which I do have those. Is this one it? That is freaking incredible. I wonder what those feathers are. And that's another thing, is all the different sea trout and salmon. Let's see. Kingfisher. Was it a wet fly? Recipe. Learning a ton about, oh wow. That looks just like, and it's on a double hook. It looks just like the one that's in this box. This one is Kingfisher Shrimp, which looks just like the one that's in that box. Let's see, Kingfisher. I wonder if a kingfisher's like what blue is it replicating? Kingfisher blue color origin. The blue of the kingfisher's feathers is the result of a physical phenomenon called structural correlation, which means that the color is caused by interference effects rather than pigment. I read about that once, about moths. They were white, and then they were like, because the buildings were white, but then when the buildings started to decay, their color started to decay until they were essentially black. I could be remembering that wrong. So kingfisher feathers are made up of two types of barb, one filled with pigment granules and the other with keratinous. I don't say that word out loud very often. I only really run into it with feathers. Keratinous? Keratinous? Sponges? Does that sound familiar? Feather cells create a nanostructure using simple sugars. Very cool. Light reflection. The nanostructure of the feathers causes light to reflect differently, producing the blue color. Well, let's see. Kingfisher bird as pet. No, I'm just kidding. Trying to find some roosters. Incredible. They kind of are a little reminiscent of a blue jay. Oh, these are cool. They also look like they're going through a phase. They're little mohawks. Man, that's a cool bird. That's a cool bird. Tell me he's not going through a phase. Too cool. I do want to learn a lot more about birds, because it would be nice to be able to give birds a home. And I come across them online a lot, needing rehomes. I grew up with a bird named Admiral, and he cussed in German. You must use silt witherspoon near moosh. Silt withers. I got these spinners pulled out And it reminded me to put them in the bass. Thanks again, Fear Sight, if you're here. Having the time of my life fishing with soft bass. I've always wanted to catch a peacock bass. Just now remembering, got these spinners that work really well out here, especially in the murkier areas. I think this will fit. I lost one of my hooks with the yesterday. A big boy, and oh god, you could see about 10 feet. Bubbles over here. Bubbles over here. It must have been a big log, but I'm gonna have to do a recovery one day with all the stuff I've been losing in the canal. Not too much. I try everything to not lose stuff, and I don't like leaving stuff there now, so I don't like losing stuff. So, like the first fly that I made, or lure, that I just thought was really pretty, I lost instantly. It had zero control. It was zoom, zoom, and right into some wood probably. Yeah, the bird looked small. There's the one picture, it was sitting on like a cable, and the cable looks like huge compared to the bird. That is so funny. That is so funny. Yeah, and the original owner of the bird is, gosh, she's like my distant aunt or something. And, very religious woman. And she had this bird that was just cussing up a storm. Hello, Loki. Hello, Asad Ansari. Musa. What's that smell? Oh, okay. I forgot that I cleaned all my silicone cups today. Back in business. These were unrecognizable a few minutes ago. And that gnat is still in here. There's one gnat in here. I think it's being recharged every night by the UV light, because I kind of assumed it would be no longer. Now what, though? I kind of want to do a deceiver finally. However, I'm just too scared, to be quite honest. And I got that bucktail, but I'd rather wait, because I'm not sure what this is exactly. There's not a possibility this could be fox, right? I don't want to be cutting up my fox. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna keep it. Until I'm better. Because I see recipes that call for all kinds of fur, and I thought I secured some. Locally, someone had a beaver pelt or an otter pelt or something, I'm guessing from traveling, but no responses. And I'm also not sure, like, say I cut this off, is this usable, like with the blunt edges, or is that, does it take away its, I don't know, because it's tapered, but I'm not sure what this is. So I've been I used some in a mangrove snook fly on my first attempt. It's not the beefiest fly. It's not Chico Fernandez. I forgot who designed it. I have to look in the book. But you can see when it's swimming, it'll be a nice bait fish shape. And I used this tail fur on this portion. However, I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. And, because that's the fly I really do want to, get really good at. And, the Lefty's Deceiver. You could tie it in all shapes and sizes, all colors, and it's got so much movement. It looks just like a swimming fish. The marabou feathers or schlappen, whatever you have, moves so freely. And then the sturdier, more rigid fur keeps its shape but pushes inward and makes the most convincing fish. And Clouser's minnows too, but gotta get those weighted eyes. Still have a few more things to try. And hello Rahul. We are but still got a few things to try as far as making weighted eyes, and because the one aspect of fly tying that I really do like is using what you got, and just trying to get through the basics and then back to like the first flies that I was making. Well, this is not a fly, this is I was gonna make a necklace, and all the lengths would have been based off of flies, but this is just stuff I already had. This peacock curl, it's very hot in here, I'm starting to sweat. This peacock curl is from Lantana, but this stuff is really soft. I'm sure it'll knot easily, and that's why I haven't really used it again. But it's waterproof rope. It's just the fibers are like microscopic, so I just gotta head to the pond a little bit more than I have been, because thankfully now I have a lot of stuff to test, but just gotta get out there. I love fishing in the canal, but I target such small fish because that's about all I could pull up on the canal. I don't want to drag any fish up there. It's full of stickers. Full of stickers. I don't think fish being dragged on a bed of stickers is going to be very enjoyable for anybody involved, so I've been just working on this stuff and waiting. Oh, thank you, Rahul. I got it from my mother. One day I'll pull out pictures. She had, you know, Nanny Fine from The Nanny, or Fran Drescher? Imagine her, but with bright red hair. My mom's a redhead, and that's my mom. I should pull up pictures. That's her in the painting. You could kind of see in the 70s. I do have to utilize some facilities briefly. I can bring this though. So I think I've been avoiding tying woolly bugger for too long. Yes, the hooks are barbless for the most part. Some of them, like these guys, I don't plan on using. I've just been using them to experiment with different, trying to learn fly tying. And these are just stuff that I dug out of my dad's tackle box. And pretty much all barbless, and what aren't, I've been taking the barbs off, especially out here. A lot of turtles, and it's one of my biggest fear hooking them. I hooked a few, like, naturally. It's gonna happen. And I try to keep my hook moving quite fast, and probably missing a lot of bites, but I've been taking the barbs off. And I just use some flathead pliers, and I gotta pull out some hooks. So for woolly bugger, I think it's the these pretty much those. These are just hooks that came in a fly tying materials kit. Not the best quality. The hook, the barbs. Say I usually push the barbs in with these, but these seem to like break off. But fine for practice. And I just go in, learn this from Lefty Cray on a DVD. Yeah, there it goes. Sometimes they break off, and I'm really afraid of that, so got it. Pushed in. The other ones get really flush. For some reason, these are quite difficult to push in, but as long as the hook itself is sharp. Oh, woolly bugger. Or bend back. I've been wanting to try one of those, but I'll try a woolly bugger because I haven't really succeeded in this by any means. Let me put that on. Oh, a bead. Might as well use the ones that I painted. And it's a dark red. And then I'll coat it with the resin. How do I always somehow grab the one bead that doesn't want to go on? Okay, there it is. There's no going back now. I'm not sure if this is too big. I am out of the smaller ones, and these I got out of my grandpa's fly tying, but they're new. He fished until the end. Black, I guess. Oh, I struggle through black again. I found a woolly grubber kit. I think it was like 16 bucks, but they go on sale for $12.99, so I'm waiting for that. And it comes with, I'm not sure if it has better quality thread in it, but I like the kits because then you get a whole spool of thread, usually, and that's why I use the hook, because I can't seem, this stuff is very fibrous. I can't seem to ever get it pulled on nicely. The other threads work a lot. Oh, I messed up. Okay. One day I'll get the hang of this. I was so excited for the updates. I just gotta update my guns or something. It's like I can't play at all anymore. Alright, okay. So, for the woolly grubber, I think I put this on first. I should just look up the directions. What's this reel? Can I please stand? Can I see? Oh, I live in Florida. Unfortunately, we don't have any mountains. We do have landfills, which are like mountains, but thankfully I don't live near those. Should I tuck that in the head, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, it's so soft. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap and then I'm gonna tuck it. Try to tuck it in the head. something has a really strong smell. Is it this? It smells straight lead. Alright, I'm just gonna cut it because it is very soft. I can't get over it. It's butter. Butter wire. And I'll try to make sure to keep the excess. Alright, so tucking it in the head, I don't know if it's the best idea because it's not staying. Okay, now it is. No, it's not. Okay, so tucking it in the head is not gonna do it, so. Now that I have the wire, I can start watching the patterns again a little closer. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I messed up. Ugh, it's so smooth. I'm gonna wrap it from the other ends. Alright, I think I put this on actually. I'm going to. Oh, look at that. Because maybe it'll be able to like grab on the string a little bit more. I really like this. Pulling the thread, the tail thread, helps it go like pop into. Okay, no. You're not breaking on me, please. Please do not break. Last time I tried to make a woolly grubber, this stuff kept snapping. But I won't be giving any of these until I could get stronger thread, because I don't want to give somebody something that falls apart or list something that falls apart. I did re-open my Etsy. I haven't changed the name yet because I'm waiting until I have some layers that I've tested, and I don't want to. It's not jewelry, so I can't just look cool or something. That net is still in here. I hit the hook. Okay, so I'm gonna put that here, I think. But if I wrap over, the wire, won't it just fall in the wire? This time I'm gonna go all the way through the eye, I think. And like that. Oh, I'll do it with the, alright, I have the right side. Lead wire. Still really cool to me that this exists. Just don't want it to slip while I'm wrapping it. Crap. So I gotta be really careful with that. I didn't think it was just gonna snap. Okay, gotta go in here. Maybe. Be really careful. Now I know why I've never seen anyone use wire cutters on this stuff. It just pulls right off. And then I add the marabou at the back. I really should look up a pattern. I'm gonna helicopter this. Bam, just like the okay, I should go up here. very brittle. Go up here, because that gives me a lot of room for the marabou. Maybe this could go back, add some more weight. Okay. And then capture it. No, not like that. No, yeah. No, what is happening? Just like that. Helicopter. Dubbing noodle. Alright, that looks reminiscent. Okay, good. It is, but when you get the hang of it, it is really fun, and I'm really thankful that I landed here. And because before this, I made tons of jewelry from salvaged materials, a lot of copper wire. However, if it doesn't sell, it just sits there. I can't toss it in the water and catch fish with it. So I really wanted to convert really my whole life to something that at least I could deem some form of useful. Now what? Marabou. A bag of marabou. I think actually I had some set aside already. Oh, I'm gonna need that too. Where did this come? Oh, I ripped this hackle off a hat. I'm not even kidding. Black hackle, dude. Hackle feathers, I think. I think I'm gonna go with the blue on this. I think the blue with the red and the black might be nice. There it is. And I was also gonna mix it with some brown, but I'm not sure about that yet. White tail deer. Okay, so that's a deer tail. I found on Amazon some hairline things. I might try to get them, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. Of calf tail. I was wondering what the difference of uses in the tails are. I do kind of like that brown underneath it. Maybe I'll go with just black. Gotta find more. I have a bag of like kind of like reject feathers I've been using for practice. I miss having them in a big plastic thing. It was so much easier. I don't want to lose me. Because I do have some like, oh yeah, got the baby feather on there. Got a whole drawer of these baby feathers now. I cannot wait to use these, especially on really tiny flies where I can't bunch this up enough. Might have to mix it with the brown. It's a little difficult digging through this. And the black ones seem to be quite short. Oh, another feather. Forgot what these little feathers are called. I meant to print it out, the feather map. Ooh. Tie on the wire. Ooh. Oh. Is it too late? Maybe I could put some glue on it. Like when I do the chenille. Let me add some marabou. I don't have those clasps. I just discovered were a thing. Oh, it's so soft. So I know I'm doing this kind of ass backwards. Oh, no, 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 no. This other half. They're usually quite poofy. Poofy enough to just use one half. But I've been slipping. And using these before I bust into the packs, because one, two, oh no, no, no. Alright. Okay, that doesn't look the worst. Pulling tight, but not tight enough to break the dang stuff. And I'm gonna cut it so it meets up at that. Because then it keeps the body kind of uniform. My scissor skills aren't quite there yet. Try that. And then I can always come back down. Almost. Okay. Oh, it's just sucking the... And this is the part, well, the whole thing kind of not there yet, but I might have to look it up, the order in which the stuff is applied. Because wire, the hackle, and chenille. So maybe, alright, the hackle's last, the chenille's first, and the wire, can it be optional? I'm so nervous about the wire. But I got it! Got some copper at least. And I keep the wires in bags so it doesn't hit the fibers. Let's see, use a weight on the fly rabbit from back of the rabbit from the back. Oh, I did it totally opposite. Alright, I don't know what I did with my notebook, but I got ample amounts of printer paper down. Ew, what the hell is that? Oh. Okay. So I could just write down the order of operations. I'm gonna find a pen. I have one somewhere. Where does all this stuff go? No. I have my like study pen case, but anytime I take something out, I always forget to put it back. Oh, yes. Yeah, I did that totally backwards. That is sweet. Yeah, I've been thinking about going to the pet grooming places. A few people have recommended that. And yeah, unlimited supplies. That's really cool. Very nice, Raoul. Right? Raoul. Very nice. So, chenille. Okay. Maybe add the hackle first, and then the wire. Like going back. Let me cut a piece of wire. I'm gonna cut a little bit of a longer piece so then I could have some excess up here to mess around with. So the hackle, because the hackle's last, wire second to last. I think that might be decent. Hackle. So I'm gonna use one of those blue feathers. I quite like them. I'm guessing I should just leave it, because I see on woolly buggers that they're attached by the, I could be wrong, but I don't, it's a little hot back here. But I could be wrong there. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. It has much more wiggle room. I see I'm being attached by the head of it, and me, I make boilies. Boilies. Fishing. Oh yeah. I got yelled at because those, you know, those little things that you make the bait with, the bait balls. Like, I don't know if you use one, but it's like 2 pieces of plastic or wood, and you roll it together, and the little chunks in the channels turn into spheres, just like what old physicians would use to make medicine. Well, somebody like had one, and they're like, "Look at my invention," and I said, "Wow, that reminds me of like this." There's a few different posts of that. Boy, did they get mad. And essentially, it was like, you know, like something could exist already, and you could still invent. It was, I don't know. I thought it was being helpful, but I guess it wasn't. Because they're used for many different things, and like they had one that was a little bit smaller in diameter, and like you could kind of target the fish community with that, but I don't know what I'm saying. It was very cool. So I think I'm gonna attach the hackle. Let me go back a little bit. The hackle by the head, because then it'll taper to these longer bits up to the top. And I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the edge. Alright, no, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe if I go back a little bit more. Wrong way. Does this have to be doubled? Does the hackle have to be doubled on a woolly bugger? Let's see. It's very hot back here. I'm gonna try to double it, but I usually don't succeed. big one. So I've just been attaching it to the vise to hold it. And then, what way is it going? Alright, no. This way. And then take the, I'm a little better at the left side, I mean the right side. Any grays? I don't know if you can see. I'm a little better at this side. Nope. Okay, one more time. You do it once and it lays flat, but then twice you're supposed to be like it down. Okay. Starting to work. Whoop. Nope. It's one of those things I can't wait to get the hang of it. I thought I was honestly going to be able to use like maybe a hair flattener, but no. Just doesn't want to make sense yet. Slowly. Ah. Kind of fold it in. Maybe I'll try it. I'm probably prematurely cutting that, but now the wire. It's rather thick, a lot thicker than I would have expected it. And since I added both of these materials on this side, I think I'm going to add the chenille to the other. Ooh, the chenille to the other side. I'm gonna try to keep it a little even. Can I helicopter this too? Nerve-wracking. Just want to tuck it. I got some straggles. Now the chenille. Ooh. Okay. Almost there. Ooh, please don't break on me now. We've come so far. Now I'm guessing I go up. I'm gonna leave that little bit of chenille. Maybe I'll help bridge. I'll help. Okay. Looks wild. Alright, so if I'm going that way, I'm gonna come this way. I would cut this, but it's gonna just unravel. Oh, wire first? Oh, do I do a wire and a track and then the chenille kind of falls into that track? Hello, the Ida Life Boys. Or the Ida Life Boys. Oh. A little ring at the back. Paying attention to the size of the chenille. No, I feel like I'm getting caught on something. My wraps are not very uniform yet. Is that gonna be about the width of it? Maybe a little wider. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. All kinds of caught up. Just want to see if I need to make it a little wider. So I guess I gotta do wider wraps. Cause I can't really see it. Alright, let's see. Way wider. I'm not sure if this chenille is ideal for this. But it's so poofy and nice. There's a little kink in the wire. Ow. Oops. Alright. Oh, it's getting wild up here. The wire is quite thick. Oh, Just wanted that to be tucks, but I think I messed it up. Like I tucked it wrong. Alright. Okay, now the chenille. and try to get in between the wires. And tuck that back there. Oh yeah, that's it. It's like I'm thinking. Enough to wake you up. I don't need monster after all. Okay. Hey, that is the closest I've ever. The other boys that I attempted, I didn't even add the wire because it was. Part that. Oh boy. So if I went down here. Oh. Hey. Shoot, I hope I have enough. I think I will. Oh. What? Man, this is looking a lot better than I thought it would. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that. It's looking way better than I thought it would. And again, thank you, Ian. Oh my god. I was doing the whole thing backwards. Oop, 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 oop. Got a little bit of the. Okay. The fire got a. Ah! No. No! Oh my god, and I caught it. I keep doing that. I gotta just wait until. Ah! Alright, now we're gonna save this. Gonna save it. So I'm just gonna tuck it all. Anyway. We saved it. Good. I'm gonna do just one of those. There's the knots that just at least keep it from unraveling. Dang, it looked so good, but that's okay because now I learned a lot. Ow. Oh dear God, oh dear God, oh dear God, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Okay, no, crap. Well, you know what? I think I'm just gonna try to glue it and use this as a practice as far as practicing casting it. And make another one with the much valued input because, alright, let's take it off. I can't believe it. This is the closest I've ever gotten for the beautiful woolly bugger. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna cure it in place and then do the final coat. God. It's that last little moment that I get too excited and I forget to take my time and it snaps. But that black one, I'm not too upset with it because I do feel like it's a good training floss, meaning one false move and it's snapping. But if I were to gift someone a fly or even sell one or anything like that involves it being used by someone else, it would be not that fly, not that stuff. But for the canals, for personal flies, for learning purposes, it's ideal. Man, that was nerve-wracking, but hey, that's the closest I've ever gotten. Now, I don't know if the hook is proper or the entire thing, but as in like the length of the hackle and the length of the marabou, that's the closest I've ever gotten. I thank you kindly. And so, I mean, information and like experience is worth more than gold. I cannot get over that. That is a proper little. And like the bluegill killers were very simple, very incredibly simple. But I couldn't stop looking at them last night. I was so stoked. And I have one that I could probably use. Like, I was looking up ways to fish with flies with a spinning rod, and most of the sites say like a floater. I don't have any clear floaters, but I do have a bobbin or a bobber, a weighted one, so it'll help with casting. And I haven't used it for anything, and it might help keep it off the floor of the lake, the grounds. So used to saying sea floor, I just now realized I don't know what to call the bottom of a lake. Oh, lake floor? Want that nice and round. I can't get over that. And the thread bursted, however, I think I was able to get it nice and tucked. It didn't complete the, well, I did complete the whip finish, but it was when I was tying it tight is when it snapped. But a huge old head of resin sure will help keep that together. Very nice. Well, first true attempts at a woolly bugger. The other ones I just kind of made on a whim, just when I was getting used to holding this stuff to begin with. My wire wraps could use a little work, making sure they're evenly spaced, and planning the spacing a little bit more depending on what I'm going to use for the body. And I was wondering, Can you use dubbing noodles, like how you apply the dubbing directly to the thread? Not dubbing loops, but just to the thread, like how with the shrimp. Can you use that at like chenille? Because see, like some people's dubbing noodles are so good and structurally sound that it looks kind of similar. And if that is usable, then pretty much have every color. Because I don't know where to get this chenille stuff, and the only other stuff that I have experiment practice at least with is the cactus chenille. I have the really short one, and it's just from Amazon. The saltwater fish really like the vibrant colors. Thank you, David. Yeah, Mr. Ian here has been an absolute treasure trove of fly tying information, because I wish I got to ask my grandpa a lot more questions, because when he was younger, he tied his own flies. However, not when, not for a long time, so by the time, I'm the youngest of everybody, so by the time I came around, everyone was already all grown and retired. And Grandpa was a cop, a Palm Beach sheriff, or cop. I don't know if they were sheriff back then, but he was a detective for the most part. He did the fingerprints. And before that, he was a Marine. So he did engaged in a lot of handcrafts, carpentry, and by carpentry, little pieces of furniture, mainly little duck shapes, and for my grandma to paint. Oh, I wonder. See, mosquitoes down here are starting to disappear, thankfully, but they're still quite active. But I wonder how I wish they made like a dispersion map of mosquitoes to see what counties are it's our state bird after all. The mosquito. Oh, so the feather wasn't supposed to go last. So, okay. What? Shoot, I need to scroll up. Thread. So 1 thread. 2 lead. 3 feathers. 4 chenille. Oh, I can't stand that. You know, I leave a lot of I almost said brown recluse. Daddy legs nests. I have a hard time removing them all. They are so they work so well getting mosquitoes, like especially in the summer when the dogs are in and out, house will get full of mosquitoes. Within moments, all the mosquitoes are gone because they've all flown into daddy longlegs nests. So if you see one in the corner, it's got purpose. And they're my friends. Dang it. But yeah, no, you'll just like by front door, back door, wherever, they wouldn't bug you because it is quite unsightly to some. I call them my year-long spooky spiders, spooky nests, spooky webs, something. But I don't engage in much conversation about this, so I don't really call them anything. But there are year-round Halloween decorations. But it's so effective. No poison, nothing, no strips needed, nothing. It's just daddy long legs nests, or webs, which their webs kind of look like dust, like collected dust. It's not the greatest looking thing. However, yeah, next time you see one, just let it do its thing in the corner, because pretty much at any entrance, I like to keep one, and so if there's guests, of course, I do a little dusting. However, they're too effective, and this is Florida Swamp out here, and I know it's a similar landscape in your parts. The mosquitoes, real deal, and I mean, there's some beautiful summer days that I just can't go outside because even at 6 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, I'll be covered in mosquitoes. It's been a wet minute since I wore anything white. I have one white Guy Harvey shirt that's finely designed, like it's a women's shirt, but it's a crop top. It's not like, you know, regular t-shirt flavor. And I haven't been able to wear it because I just know I'm gonna wear it outside and end up with a bunch of mosquito. There's a lot. Yeah. Same thing with wasp nests. If you go anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains, and especially where like extensive mom and pop shops remain and survive, you'll see a ton of wasp nests, like paper wasp nests, lining the ceilings, and it's used extensively with first aid and Pennsylvania, places like that, and for cuts, all kinds of things. Same thing with sugar and yeast. No, sugar and flour. That's another Appalachian thing. That's where most of my family, or ancestors, I guess, are from. But I love the Appalachian remedies. I still haven't found, there's Long Lost Friend, which is a Braucherei book on powwow. Braucherei is also known as powwow, and it's Pennsylvania folk magic, but really it's just kind of like prayers and like tying knots and string and safety pins and stuff like that. It's kind of was formed all the Catholics or Christian sects up there, because when William Penn made Pennsylvania, his promise was it was freedom of religion, and a lot of different sects and religions and all kinds of practices by groups of people were able to kind of marry themselves together, and they never tried to put an end to it like some folk magic or whatever, what have you, because it's not invasive, and they're known to stop. What was that called? It's you could call them to stop bleeding. Like you could call Appalachian folk doctor and ask them, hey, I got a patient here who won't stop bleeding, and I'll be like, all right, you should stop now. There's a lot of really interesting things like that. In the Appalachian Mountains, pagans. No, see, in this case, no. It's really interesting, because you have to realize, like, back in those days, they're pretty much on their own as far as, like, building their own towns and creating their own cities, and really ancient. And, like the Pennsylvania Dutch is one of the oldest dialects of German spoken today, and it's all Christian-backed stuff. Like, I don't know many rituals or anything like that besides mass. Like, they're very, very Christian, and in that aspect. But I mostly know of the like little folk things, because they were people of the mountains left undisturbed for centuries, and a lot of like good luck charms and that kind of thing, as opposed to like their symbols on the barns are called hex signs, but they're not to be mistaken with like hexes or curses or something like that. They're literally geometric shapes. You'll see them on barns and stuff here, and well, places where older, but Canada. A friend of mine saw one in Canada, and and but it's really old. Fractor is still practiced there, which is just you draw something, or like we'll say a story or a date, an important date, like a wedding or a baptism, and then I'll have like the German folk art around it. But I'll show you hex signs. They're not, it's hard to, I don't know why they went and called them hex signs, because hex signs are a form of Pennsylvania Dutch folk art related to fractor, found in fancy Dutch tradition, or in the fancy Dutch tradition. And what are hex signs? Pennsylvania. They're like good luck charms. And they're used extensively in folk art. And each generation would add a new color, because when they were first painted on buildings, there was only like 1 or 2 colors of paint that could get this job done. But as time went on, they were able to incorporate more colors and more intricate details. Started off very simple, and I wish I had a different name sometimes, because it does sound like you know. But yeah. And Pennsylvania Dutch, real ancient peoples. Well, maybe not ancient as like compared to, I don't know, the Egyptians, but very old folk. And let's see. Yeah, a lot of good luck charms, and like I know the Red Church, and really hard to explain. There's not a lot, like, it's starting to gain traction in mainstream, like, interest, but it used to be so hard to find information on this stuff, because most of my family is Pennsylvania and Minnesota, so a lot of this kind of art, like my grandma's kitchen was full of it, and my great-grandma, who briefly lived there, was absolutely full of it too, and still have the tablecloth. I don't know where I did with it, but it's got all those hex signs on it, and it's all stained up, and I can't get myself to part with it because it's an old Pennsylvania Dutch tablecloth. But very folky, because you have to realize they're probably scared shitless, and living in. I try to add like the mundane factors in, like the witch trials in Massachusetts, for instance. It was cold, it was dark. Their oil was freezing in the pots, or their ink was freezing in the pots. Obviously, no electricity. And the native peoples would, um, you know, just have them convinced that witchcraft was like happening, and that's what led to a lot of not just women. I get a little tired of people saying that, like, oh, but men were burning women. It's like, no, people were burning people. Like, not just women. It was women, children, and men. And nobody was safe from it. They were making each other eat cakes made out of dog urine. Swear to God, I read a book on it, and like, what? But in a mundane, strange way, I get it. They were losing their minds. Like, they were losing their minds, and but you kind of have that, but a little more chill, way more chill. The Appalachians. I don't know why the Appalachian Mountains have such a weird, like, I guess, stereotype, if you will. Because it does. I see it in movies. Anytime an Appalachian is referenced in a movie, they're always like, you know, like a hillbilly with like an alien child or something. But really kind people, incredible spot. I can't wait to explore it. And I don't think I have any Mennonite or Amish family. They pray to God. They're Christians. They're Christians. Instead of it being like Catholic and there is still sects there, but so William Penn, Pennsylvania was originally just Sylvania, and William Penn, it was his spot, and then it was named after him. So instead of Pennsylvania, it's Pennsylvania, and he promised freedom of religion. And when he came back to the UK to tell people, look, you won't get persecuted. We're all partying over here. Come chill. All Christian sects were moving there. Lutherans. For some reason, my mind is cottage cheese currently. However, everyone moved there, and then started bleeding together and creating like little things. Cause cold, dark, and there's so many mysteries that revolve around what lives in the woods and the Appalachian Mountains. But yeah, a lot of it. It's they call it Christian folk magic, but that tends to offend a lot of people. And until they actually look into it. Now, Patrick Donmeyer is one of the main. I'm gonna make sure I'm spelling it right. Patrick Donmeyer is one of the main authors that I know of that's doing a ton of work trying to document a lot of this stuff, because a lot of it is just from mouth to mouth. And he wrote Powwowing in Pennsylvania, quite a few books. And a lot of his books and books on Brachre is available on PDFs, so you could just flip through them. But yeah, it's a big part of American history, and like I said, the Pennsylvania Dutch, they're starting to study it now in Germany. I keep seeing articles on it because it's one of the oldest, what is that? Dialects, oldest German dialects that's still spoken today and relatively unchanged. What does this say? Appalachian staircase. There is something deeply unsettling about finding a staircase in the middle of the woods. I guess it's like the wooden house or like structure is like long gone, but I've seen that in what's it called? Just YouTube videos. But I want to try to find the specific. Oops. Protestant, yes. Yeah, it's a nice little story that came about, because also this is in let's see, I don't want to guess. When was Pennsylvania founded? 1787. And I believe it was 1692 when the witch trials were happening in Boston. Well, what is it called? Not Boston. Salem, which there's two Salems. There's an inland Salem, which I believe that's where the burnings were happening, which I'd be losing my mind if I wasn't living on the coast too. But then there's the coastal Salem, if I'm not mistaken. But Massachusetts is somewhere, because that port, to be able to drop a magnet down there never know what you're gonna pull up or what era you're gonna pull up. Nope. I still want to go out to Big Mound City, and not much information on it. However, it looks really, really cool. And I mean, to find circles anywhere. Whoa. Yes. The place is so real. And God, I was reading like just like stories from that time period, and it just seems so miserable. Like they're eating themselves alive there, and it's just what a but yeah, like and as and native people were also burned. Like it wasn't. It always bugged me when because people anytime they talk about the witch trials like on movies and TV and this and that, they only mention women being burned. Never ever will they mention kids and men because everyone was being burned and put in jail, which I don't even want to imagine what the jails were like back then. Who knows if the oil is freezing and the oil in the lamps are freezing, which I didn't know that could happen, and the ink, that too miserable. Well, figuratively. I mean, maybe, but figuratively, because they were turning on anybody. Like you could have food that's too good and they'd turn on you, but it seems like kind of like that, and like people stopped being able to tell which way is up and down. And I mean, one of the tests was like, I can't remember if it was like dog urine or something. It was some urine made into cookies, and then they had to eat them. I was like, bitch, I think you're the witch. Like, what is that? Like, but yeah, I mean, it was rough. I bet they have some really good conversations. Yeah, no, that's a whole nightmare. And I think it was 1692 when it was happening here, or maybe 97. Louisiana is another interesting one. All the folk traditions that came from there. So many different kinds of people, all together in one spot. Oh, that is so sick. Weaving is highly impressive. Went to a Japanese basket show once, and well, I went home and tried to make a basket, but it didn't come out very good. But no, weaving is amazing. I gotta check her out because that is sick. Just as much art as oil paintings, and it's functional. Get a drink really quick. get some soft plastic molds. Really want to try soft plastics. Because the molds come in all shapes and sizes. And I think that would be ideal for squid and crustaceans. Oh man, I'm tired. Yeah. Salt water near you, Ian, because that stuff is healing. And you could probably take the cold a lot longer than Floridians can. So you have the beach all to yourself. And besides fishermen. But being able to go waist deep is really nice. We don't have many indoor pools though, and the one YMCA around me finally closed, which I used to cut school to go fishing back there, and once I even tried the fishing with bread, bubble gum, I think even a corn dog, and I didn't have a hook that time. I used a piece of wire from rebar, not rebar. Yeah. Excuse me. Cannot lose this. That is very valuable intel. I always wanted to ask this. Do people swim in the ocean in your parts, Ian? Swimming in Ireland. Hey, yeah. Oh, that looks really nice. Can't imagine the ancient stuff that's underneath that sand. Dumb question, but gold sifting in Ireland. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it's panning, not sifting. In the Mourne Mountains? Inumi? Cool. Drilling at their site in Clontibret. As well, okay, so in 2016, the Geological Survey of Ireland revealed that, as well as some confirming high levels of gold in streams near the Gold Mines River and Avoca regions in Wicklow, the new data identifies high gold values in streams that flow across and along the edges of the Leinster granite, a complex area long thought to be a source of gold mineralization in the region. That would be so sick. Oh, cool. Or, interesting. In Spanish, oro is gold, and in Irish, ore is gold. And we believe that the word itself, ore, O-R-E, could have stemmed from the Irish ore. Oh, that would be so sick. There's just nothing like raw gold. And just fiddling with water is just such a really, really beautiful anything. Peace River, nice. I only spent a little bit of time in Peace River. I really want to go back. A lot of people go out there too to find megalodon teeth. And wow, I never knew that there was Civil War buried there. That's intense. Why don't the Oak Island guys go to Peace River? That would be so sick. It'd be sick to have an annual or biannual meetup where it's just fishing and gold sifting. Anything on water, there's so many activities that take place in water. For a while, I was starting to get a group that's vet, civilian, and active servicemen of any kind. Because there's not a lot of like resources like that for vets. I'm so sick of that, because dang. The reason why we're all here able to talk as much shit as we want, well, it's getting a little fuzzy these days, but, and back then, like, you couldn't even have, like, a toilet flushing on TV, but vets are, like, the most screwed in society. Wow. Ow. Thankfully, with cameras, could do a lot of searching with the cameras, and I think that would be a way to go about it. Ooh! Ah. Yeah, I love my Thomas Nathaniel III, however, I don't trust him at all. Not, I'm definitely not, not messing with no gators. I'm dying to get in the canoe, but he's always there. He was there yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Oh, it's on that phone. Got some footage of him. But oh, that's sick. I wish I remember the days without a telephone. I went 5 years without having a phone. It got stolen out of my bike basket. Best 5 years of my life. Granted, it was a little quiet at times. However, I usually was out in the wind and trees, the ocean. You could hear so much. I actually could focus way more than I could even manage a little bit today. Dredge, but that's legit. Every now and then you'll see them in docks with the huge like tubes in the back that push the sand out of the way, the treasure hunting boats. They've been actually scanning a lot. I know I recommend the channel a lot, but Paul DeBill gets someone anytime they're out. I forgot what the scanner was called, but they're scanning a lot. I'm not exactly sure exactly what they're looking for, but if it's something specific or just a general scan for that sunken treasure. And I can imagine in the freshwater, the silt. Like, yeah, you get silt like deep and like some channels, but I really just run into like silty silt and freshwater. And Peace River looks so sick. Arcadia too, that's, I think, where's Casperson Beach? Because that is a hotbed for shark teeth. I don't know if megalodon teeth. I really only know Peace River for that, and Arcadia. I really want to check out Fort Drum. Fort Drum is one of the only mines here or only spots you can find crystals, calcite crystals. So they're orangey yellow, and they're forming in fossils. And as I know it, it's like one of the only spots also you can find crystals forming in fossils. And some of the specimens are truly impressive. So Fort Drum, calcite. Oh, Jesus, I didn't type calcite. That's one of my favorite specimen pictures. And clear points. Every now and then I'll find like shells and stuff out here with microcalcite crystals on it. Might have points under a microscope, but proper calcite crystals. That is a whole business waiting to be unearthed. Well, I mean, if I was in that area, I feel like I would spend a lot of time there. And it's hard to find like this truly impressive. A lot of the finds I see are usually more so like this. And the younger ones are the ones that I find here that they don't really look like crystals, but it's definitely shiny and yellowy. Which, oh, I do have them. They're on the floor out there. Yeah, Arcadia looks sick. There's a lot to do there. Hog hunting, nice. Auburndale. So yeah, every day I learn a new Florida town I've never heard of. Auburndale, I've definitely never heard of that. Oh, maps. Oh, okay. Nice amount of water. And where's Fort Drum? So that's west of... Okay, so Fort Drum is... west, or east rather, of Sebring. I've only been to Sebring once. Oh, it'd be nice to fish there. Hey, Goodwill. Goodwill sucks now. But I'll take any thrift store, to be honest. Where did I go? Okay, Fort Drum. Hey, 441 goes up there. Nice. Alright, so Fort Drum is west of Vero Beach and north of Lake Okeechobee. It's in between Fort Pierce and Sebring. Not terribly far. A lot closer to you than it is here, I think. Yeah. Which I gotta make a plan to go to Lake Okeechobee. I know people swim in it. Yeah. I only swam in freshwater once at, there's a place called Riverbend in Jupiter, really nice. And jumped in. It was just too clear, couldn't not. And it was the first time I saw those bumblebees, like the cartoons, the big fuzzy black and white striped bumblebees. And still gotta also check out Trapper Nelson's. That is a winter thing. There's also across in Fort Lauderdale, way south, there's a massive house that has a bunch of monkeys. They apparently have AIDS. That's what everybody says when you look at them. Oh my god, there's a monkey, and then anybody near you will just be like, they have AIDS. I'm not even kidding. Not kidding at all. Across there, there's a nature preserve, and it has really old canal systems. I'm talking cement-filled canals, or concrete. concrete with stones. Stones. So that's those. And the trees are all growing in it. It's really immaculate for climbing around. But you have to go during winter because there's just too many spiders. Big spiders. Beefy spiders. And I mean, I climbed across trees that go over these canals. They're dry. And like with the guitar on my back. And it's so fun. And then there's a spot where the old train tracks went through, but it's just two parts of it, and underneath is water. It was really nice. And I gotta figure out what that is. Fort Lauderdale, I think. And the water, like, you can rent kayaks there, is really shallow, really like jaggedy, crystal clear. And like this with these. And another spot too, and I haven't been able to find it. This woman, my friend's mom, converted to Judaism, and she made this double wide trailer and called it Abraham's Tent, and anyone was welcome there. And that's where I celebrated Purim, which was tits, honestly. I was in high school, and she was like serving everybody gin and tonics. I wasn't asking any questions. I was there. I was just happy to be there. But learned how to make asparagus soup, dehydrated onions to put on top of stuff, challah bread, and all kinds of stuff. But I always get plagued by the memory when she made me wear this black dress over my outfit because she thought it was too. I was wearing jeans and like a shirt and cowboy boots. And she's like, no. And she gave me this black dress to wear over it. It looks like, I don't know, like like a Mennonite or something, which no hate, no judgment. I'm just trying to give like a comparative imagery. And when I got to the temple, right? Is it called temple? Yeah, I think so. But everyone was just dressed so modern. It just stuck out like a sore thumb. But I forgot why I brought that up. Oh, in the middle of this trailer park, it must have been a spring-fed lake, even though it was quite south, and all the springs I know are well up north and in central Florida, but it was crystal clear. It might have been the Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds, but it was crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear, which turns out they're covered with ipecac. So I was in high school, this was a long time ago. And yeah. I had a good time. I also had I forgot how many 5-gallon drum. Those huge metal drums you'll see in movies, like as a fire pit. Those, but I had it cut in half for a grill, and I took that everywhere. Everywhere. If you picked me up, and if your car was even remotely big enough, it was coming with, because that's food, that's fire, and like really nice. Ipecac, yeah. They spray that on seeds, and I'm sure a lot of different things when they're not for human consumption. And Hawaiian baby woodruff seeds was really big in the early 2000s. All the hippie kids were like, these are sweet, everybody eat them. I bulked uncontrollably. Yep, exactly. That's literally what happened. Uncontrollably too. Definitely an experience. I actually have some to plant because it's a gorgeous plant, and it was gifted from a lad at the local farm that shut down. It turned into like a party farm essentially. It had shell rock. Nothing's growing in this besides like some sad Spanish needle shell rock. Within a few months, you had corn plants, tomato plants, amaranth, just everything. And it was this kid. I mean, the guy who ran the farm with his wife, he localized seeds So it would have been the greatest hookup for localized seeds like corn that would actually grow in this area without issue. And all localized and like won awards and stuff like that for it. And the guy he hired had like a glass eye and wild stories, and he was like honestly like a savant when it comes to plants. Could grow anything and anything with anything, minimal resources, made his own anaerobic teas and that kind of thing, and just a wild character, absolutely wild, like feral, to be totally honest. Like, he pulled the owner's pants down, and no one knew what to do. Oh, is this happening? And like hide bottles of, but yeah, no, he was a wild child, man. I wonder what happened to him. He got arrested one night, and ended up in Okeechobee, the city, which is very far from here, and somehow walked back like within 24 hours and then got arrested again. And like when he got back, he jumped on a lady's car butt ass naked, and it was a really understanding woman who just like gently leaves her car and is like, I think you're having a bad trip. Yeah. Florida swamps. So yeah. Yeah, seeds. I got tons of different seeds. I gotta start doing stuff with them before they're not viable anymore. But God, I've had seeds that I've found like 10 years later, and they were just as good as new. I wouldn't sell them, but definitely gift or just throw them all in the yard. Wow. Hey, it probably made him feel better though. Sometimes you just gotta get it out. And just like. I didn't know you could just buy it. The website has just got all kinds of stuff. I used to get like lotus paste and cappy vine to make like herbal smoke blends and stuff. And I think the website was called Shaman's Garden. It's an old school website. And I'm not sure if it's around anymore. Once I remember my friends cut down a bunch of cactus thinking it was a certain cactus, and oh my god, this kid moved all of his laundry out of his drawers and just replaced it all with these hacked up cactuses. So when his mom came in, he would just close the drawer. This was in high school. And long story short, like no one knew what to do. And like the one kid in botany school was trying to tell people, but long story short, they're like, that sounds too complex. We're just gonna boil, or no, we're not even gonna boil it. We're just gonna blend it and have Adam drink it. Adam is no longer with us. Not from that. Not from that. This is years before. Passed away actually 2 years ago, I think, on Christmas. Interesting. I always wondered that about like also with tropical plants and stuff like that. Cause I always hear just throw them in the freezer. I got a big basket and some really interesting plants. I could grab it. The plant that I tried last year, I was really excited about, but I just gotta learn more about it, is ice plant. Really cool looking plant. The plant's texture is like lizard skin, and it produces like salt crystals on it, so it looks like it's covered in ice. Really neat. Hello, Hussein! I did, and I just got the updates all updated, and I tanked so hard. It's been a minute since I played, like 3 days. And I have to, like, I don't know what happened. I lost my spark. Which wasn't that bright to begin with, however. I tanked hard. Ow. That is too funny, but he took his time too. I still feel a little. It just reminded me, for some reason, my uncle every now and then used to work with my dad. Until this one time, there was a huge root, and my uncle, bless his heart, he's a very funny dude. Very funny. And good at guitar. But I've had to hear this story so many times. And he put the shovel under the root and was gonna jump on the shovel. And my dad's watching him, and he's like, there's no way he's gonna do that. He's just being funny. Nope, he did. That thing snapped. The shovel did, not the root. Moringa, yes. I actually just found a moringa tree up front. I planted a ton of seeds a few months ago, and huge moringa tree, it fell over, so I just didn't notice it. Got a big one out back. That's one of the first things that I started growing. It's the most nutritious tree in the world, in der Welt, and the seeds are edible, the roots could be used as like a horseradish replacement, and the leaves are delicious. Really easy to harvest the leaves too. You just put the whole leaves in bags, and then it'll dry, and then it'll fall right off of the branches. But the seeds are super medicinal. They taste like stale, sour popcorn, but really cool tree. Anytime I'm in Lake Worth, I make sure I bring a few pods back. And the one outside is quite big. Nice little dark. Might be able to reach it, but I couldn't believe it. It just came out of nowhere, and didn't notice it. My neem tree died, which kind of sucks, because eating a leaf of neem a day would have been really nice. And I was waiting to have it was like 9 feet, but I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. No, Hussein, Southeast Florida, so nice and warm. It does get chilly in the wintertime, like surprisingly chilly. Yeah, it's an incredible tree. I should just try to run it out, because gotta get back to my parents before it gets too late. I just haven't heard from them all day. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Where did I just put the other phone? Okay. Use this one for flashlight. Really nice tree. The flowers are beautiful. Copyright 2, maybe, I don't know. Alright. Oh, shoot, my bad. I forgot. I forgot there's a camera thing. I mean, this phone is in a case that if I drop it, no issues. So I'm not sure if the internet's gonna cut out. A little spooky out here. I'm gonna prop it up still. Just noticed it yesterday. Moringa. Really nice. Nice surprise. Mmm. Very tasty tree. It needs to get propped up immediately. I just threw seeds everywhere. I had a bunch of potted ones, but I sold them off. $10 each. Gotta get some weeding done. But the mulberry is about to pop. Oh, look at the dog. Hello, Froggy. I guess it's chilling pretty hard. Let's see. Oh! Oh, shit. Just does not want to work out here. Dang it. Well, I hope you were able to see the moringa tree a little bit. Hi, kitten. Should be back. Alright, there it is. Internet popped back. Oh, hey, there's a light. This. I gotta do some weeding. And turn this flashlight off. But this is stair and it's full. Really good. Like, pineapple-y banana, like a tropical banana. Shoot. The internet didn't come back. Dang it. Hey, kitten. Did it come back? I think I might have got... Let's see. Cactus. Well, there's a monster. Shoot, the internet just is not working out here. Here, let me look on my phone to see. Alright. Let's see. Okay, I'm watching on the other phone to see if it's gonna... Well, I could just zoom in from... Is it working? Alright, I just gotta be like right here, I guess. Oop. But you could kind of see them. See that, okay. Maybe if I go like by this mulberry tree. Look at it, how big it is. I don't know if this is working. But huge. Probably like 30 feet. Really scraggly. Really scraggly tree. However, it's gonna be loaded with fruit. Really easy to maintain. This is pretty much the biggest one, minus the one in the back. Damn, I wish I could. I could. It's the most vocal cat. Look how big her tail is. Looks like a raccoon. She offends easily. Her name is Itkin Egas Snag. A very strange cat deserved a very strange name. Liz cat. Gosh, about 10 years now. Someone left her with me. Moved out of state and left her with me, and I couldn't. I just had to keep. Yeah. And she really wants to go in the canoe while it's in water, but too afraid. Hey, kitten. And she hates the indoors with a passion. Yeah. But that is one of the mulberry trees. I know it's really dark. But, very nice. Wonder what he did to get that name. Amazing. But I think now is the time I should probably call my parents, because I haven't heard from them all day. Hopefully they just took a day to relax, because only child over here, so I don't have like a sibling. I could just be like, have you heard from... I have 2 half-sisters, but didn't find out about them until I was like 14, and we don't really talk. Every now and then do, but every now and then. No hate or anything, just, you know. But that's amazing. Yeah, her name is actually Tiger Lily, because she had these like really big like tiger eyes and stripes, and Cute. Until you took a picture of her, then you knew, like, oh, she's a crazy one. I have an old picture of her, and she has, like, these big reptilian eyes. Kind of looks like a lemur. I love this cat, though. Perfect cat for me. She does not go inside at all. She will not. Even if it's raining or pouring or storming and try to get her in, she likes the outdoors. I wish, though, because she would be nice to watch movies with. But she runs right out or will run under things. One day, when I lived in an apartment, she just decided that she wanted to be an outdoor cat and started just trying to get out the windows, everything. And so I just let her do what she wants to do. But yeah, she's very vocal. She'll just continuously. And if you go on the canoe down the Nile Canal over there, she follows and meows. And really entertaining, really good little outdoor companion. But gonna head out and call my parents. We'll try to, and see if everything's good. Hopefully, gonna go Monday, or I'm not sure. Been trying to plan things, but everything keeps sliding through the cracks. But I thank y'all for joining me on this very eventful evening, and hope Ian feels better these last few days. I can't imagine. My dad's going through that too, and it does not look fun. And I lift a bunch of heavy stuff, so I know my day will come too. Not if, but when. I mean, I assume so. Yeah, just with everything. I mean, yeah, we're not Iron Man, but human bodies are really tough and heal through a lot, so hope you feel better. And thank you for the tips and tricks, because I don't think I would have gotten a woolly grubber that looks like a woolly grubber at least. I wrote down the order of operations, so gonna try again, but in the proper order. And then, yeah, it's very dark out here. But Fiercesight, thank you for stopping by and sticking around. And if there's anything, never hesitate. Got these mulberry trees, they ship really easy. And they look like crap now, but within a month or two, they're gonna be full of fruit. And it's really easy to grow in these parts. Doesn't even need fertilizer, nothing. And when sometimes these little caterpillars appear, they last like a week by the time the birds get a smell of them. And a really good self-regulating tree. Haven't had no issues with it at all. About 6-7 years old, but they grow super fast, but then they slow down. Really scraggly. You can't really see it. Really scraggly. Let me try to put this flashlight on. How about scraggly? Every single branch is a cutting. And after a few months, all these leaves are gonna... Excited. It's one of my favorite fruits right here. Out of your hands, but boy, is it worth it. But yeah, never hesitate. And eat and all that. So out of it today. I don't know why. But oh god, that scared the crap out of me. I guess I didn't mute this phone all the way for talking. Hell yeah. Now I gotta get up there. There's so many springs. It's ridiculous. It's kind of hard looking at the maps because you're in a really good spot. That is a definite sweet spot for water. The interactive spring map is really worth looking at, because maybe one's right down the street. And that is some healing waters. Got the most fresh water in the world. Freshwater springs, anyway. But I thank you, and I will, and hope y'all have a gorgeous night. I think I'm gonna try another woolly grubber, but in order this time, because that's gonna be the most useful out here, I think. And I thank y'all dearly. Love y'all, and have a beautiful night. I hope your night's perfect. And before I go on a whole nother tangent or roundabout, happy trails! Yeah, good night. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it early tonight too. Try to get some fish